Here's a question right here.
Thanks. Garrett Mitchell from the Mitchell Report. And I want to ask a question that comes to the point about one never lies, one never misrepresents from the podium. And I want to use two examples from the Clinton administration and the Bush administration, and I hope that the question will be viewed as a positive attempt to get at something, but I won't pretend it's an easy one. There was a long period of time when President Clinton was maintaining that things that happened didn't happen. I don't think I need to go into the details. And I believe...
Well, you might as well. Yeah. Everyone else does.
Exactly.
The Monica Lewinsky matter. For those watching at home.
Right.
Turn down your TVs now if you've got children in the room. So.
There might be some too young to know.
And I believe that a large chunk of the American public knew that was the case. I would say the same thing is true with President Bush why don't I limit it to issues relating to whether the United States was involved in torture, etc. Where the official point of view from these two White Houses was not true. The perception in the public was, we don't believe that. And as it turns out, the public was right. And my question is, how then does... It must be extraordinarily difficult for a press secretary to be in a situation where, as I've described it, you're free to disagree with that description, but I'm interested to know, how do you negotiate, how do you navigate the fundamental commitment you have not to dissemble from the podium, not to mislead, and yet be forced to deal with a situation where it is clear that the truth is not forthcoming from the White House?
Can you go first?
I have an easier time of that, so I'll go first. And of course, you all know the end of the story. He had to come forward, had to tell the truth, had to apologize for misleading the American people. And I think, as he has written himself, he knows that he paid some price in history for his own behavior, and that's something that he wrestles with even still today. But the danger, I remember very clearly thinking to myself, this is where press secretaries, can die a lingering death once they try to explain things that they're not confident that they know the truth about. This is what happened to Ziegler in Watergate. It's what happens, had happened to other press secretaries. I said, I'm going to avoid that dilemma by just basically absenting myself from any effort to get more information. That was the painful thing, was as you can tell, I took some pride in being on top of the information. And so to be in a place where you consciously said, I know nothing, I will tell you nothing, it was not a happy place to be. And, the President apologized to all of us for his behavior, but the apologies that he gave to his staff were especially appreciated and especially warranted.
I couldn't disagree with you more. I think that the record on this will show that the administration sought and got legal opinions to allow interrogations of hardened terrorists who knew information that could lead to other attacks on our country. And 9/11 changed this president in a way that none of us can understand. When you're responsible and you take a solemn oath to protect the United States citizens, and 3,000 of your fellow citizens die in one day because 19 men flew airplanes into buildings, he swore to the American people that he would do everything he needed to do to protect this country, and what he did was legal. I think that some people, unfortunately, have conflated. Well, you can disagree with me and shake your head, but I'm telling you that the legal opinions were there, and Secretary Rice has said the same, President Bush has said that. And I believe that the record will show it. And I have no problem standing up at the podium and saying, yes, there was interrogation of hardened terrorists who were determined to kill Americans. I have absolutely no problem with it at all. I do think that some people conflate the atrocities of Abu Ghraib, which was not the policy of the United States. These were wayward flag officers. It was not the policy of the United States. And I see heads shaking in the room, but I ask you to go back and look. That was not something that President Bush authorized, not something discussed in the National Security Council, and those soldiers paid a price for their mistake, and so did America. But that was not the policy of the United States, and I have no problem standing up and saying it.